Each player's turn is broken up into phases, which dictate what you can do and when. First is the beginning phase, which has 3 steps: untap, upkeep, and draw. For the untap step, you untap all your tapped cards. There's a video dedicated to tapping and untapping, so be sure to check that out. Next is your upkeep step. Nothing usually happens here unless you have a card that specifically calls it out. Finally, there's the draw step, where you draw your card for the turn. With the beginning out of the way, you have your first main phase. That's when you can play your land for the turn and cast spells. You'll have another one after combat, so don't feel like you have to do everything right away. Speaking of combat, that also has its own video, so give it a watch. Then you have your second main phase, same as the first. After that, it's time for the ending phase, which has 2 steps. The end step is typically your last chance to perform any actions before your turn is over for good. After that is the cleanup step. If you have more than 7 cards in your hand, choose cards to discard to the graveyard until you only have 7. Damage is removed from all creatures, and until the end of turn effects end. That's a turn. Next, your opponent does the same thing, and you go back and forth forever, or until the game ends, whichever comes first.